Hey, what's up, beautiful people? Welcome to Build Bootcamp 1.0, the info section. And today I'm uh, um, uh, right. Sorry about that. I have a little issue. So I'm super excited to have you in today's virtual event. Okay. Before we begin, a quick intro about myself. I'm Ikweme Nelson, and I'll be moderating this virtual event. And before we start, I wish to thank GitHub for sponsoring this Build Bootcamp event. And also, in a special way, appreciate the various tech communities we have in Unizik, Nnamdi Azikiwe University. They have worked hard towards the success of this bootcamp. In Unizik here, in Nnamdi Azikiwe University, we have Microsoft Learn Students Community, we have Ingressive for Good, we have Faraday Africa, and Google Students Developers Club. So this community, they are focused in helping students in the campus to find relevance in themselves through tech. All right. So let's go back to the order of events. First, we have a quick intro about ourselves, and in this, I will share this format we are going to use in the next slide. So after that, we go over to setting up your workspace. Frederick Emmanuel will take setting up your workspace, and myself, I will take how the bootcamp is structured. Wuri Kensiri, we go over to getting resources you need for the bootcamp, and I entertain frequently asked questions, and we end with question and answer section. So, without wasting much time, let's start. So, please use the info use the send in if you are online, please send in your favorite emoji, please, and always use the comment section, so let's get to know you. Tell us your name, where you from, and let us talk about yourself. So I will start first. I'm Efuemi Nelson from Nigeria, a student of Nnamdi Azikiwe, computer and electronics student. I'm currently the head of IT support at Microsoft Learn Students Community, Unizik, and I love memes. So this format is what you use to introduce yourself. So we have 30 minutes for this. I do see the brand doctor. Nice to meet you, the brand doctor. Onochie Obi Abomo. Nice to meet you. Ladvet Media. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I'm so super excited to have you, and this is our first virtual event. So, who is going to go first? Introduce yourself. Okay, Frederick Emmanuel, nice to be here. Yeah, nice to meet you. All right, I am Groot. Dave Jennings, who is this guy? All right, he must be a Marvel fan. All right, please use the comment section, YouTube comment section, to tell us about your name, where you're from. If you're from Nigeria, if you're from any other country, tell us where you're from and let us talk about you. We have 30 minutes for this, then we move over to the next uh, event or order of events we have for the bootcamp. Okay, who is going next? G Lilix, nice to have you. Emeka Akando, hello to you too. Okay, um, okay, where are you from, Emeka? Okay, Emeka. Okay, where are you from? Where are you from? Oh, Jerry and Saji. I'm from India. Saji, nice to have you. Super excited to have you in our virtual event. I'm Ede John Paul, a student of ECE students. Welcome, Lavet Media. Bambi, you're welcome. Bambi Boss. Owen, Indonesia here. Nice to meet you, Owen. Welcome. Um, okay, Sydney. Owaya Sydney from Delta. Nice to meet you, Delta, Nigeria. Okay, Onochie is a student of Nnamdi Azikiwe University. He's from Nigeria. I love playing football and I love electronics. Nice to meet you, Onochie. G Linux Emmanuel. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a graphic designer based in Awka, Anambra State. Nice to meet you, Emmanuel. Okay, welcome everyone joining us in this virtual event. Please send in your favorite emoji. And also, this we are in intro section. Introduce yourself. Feel free. Feel free. Yeah, feel free. Okay. All right. Who is going next? Who is going next? All right. Okay. Okay. I think so. Not to waste time, I will move over to the next slide. As you come, I will sit and then welcome you. Okay. In our first slide, my next slide, I have our next speaker, Frederick Emmanuel. Frederick Emmanuel is our favorite game master in GitHub community. Frederick Emmanuel will also be handling gaming activities throughout the bootcamp event. And Frederick Emmanuel, he has done a beautiful work in the community. In short, he has made Saturday. We do have Saturday as game night in GitHub community group chat. So he has changed the way community are managed through his game, interactive game, and it's so fun to be in GitHub game nights. So Frederick Emmanuel will be talking about setting up your workspace. Yeah. So before getting Frederick Emmanuel to the stage, I wish to welcome Kachi Osoji. Sorry for wrong pronunciation for your surname if I didn't get that right. From Nigeria, currently Nnamdi Azikiwe students, aka graphic designer and photography. I love talking about tech. Me too. Nice to meet you, Kachi. Yusuf, hello. Hello to you too. Nora Richard, hi to you. Ebuka Okoye, nice to meet you, Ebuka Okoye. All right, nice to know that you're from Unizik. Okay, Yusuf, ECE, Unizik. Okay. All right, Frederick, I hope you are ready. And I please get to come up and present your talk. Frederick Emmanuel. I
Enable,
can't hear you. Unmute it.
enable
Okay,
my slides,
okay,
please.
yeah. Go on.
Can you enable my slides? All right. Thank you, Nelson, for that awesome introduction. Really nice. I'm really pleased to be here, and I really love the introduction that you gave to me. Um, but that doesn't mean that I'll give you answers to the next game night. So let's not get our hopes high. All right. My name is Frederick Emmanuel, and I'll be taking you on the talk on setting up your workspace. All right. So I know a lot of you already knows what a workspace means. Like whenever someone mentions a workspace, what comes to your mind is a bunch of monitors, laptops, a mouse, and other gadgets that are needed. All right, but I'm here to tell you guys that that's not just all what you need in order to set up your workspace. I'm trying to say that with just your laptop and a mouse and a few other gadgets such as your headphones and the rest, you are good to go in order to set up your workspace. All right, so in this talk, we'll be going over setting up your environment, workspace upgrades that you need, and also your digital environment and how do it affect your workspace as well. Then I'll be concluding. All right, so without wasting much time, let's begin. All right, you all know that working from the office is somehow is kind of tasking and stressful. Like you have to go from home to the office all the time, and having your boss and colleagues there can also be a sense of distractions to you. That is why a wonderful alternative was made, which is actually working from your home. And it doesn't really take much other than taking away, other than getting up from your bed. You can actually work from home at the comfort of your home. And you don't really need to wear pants in order to work. All right. So as you begin your journey in tech, it's necessary to have a proper spot where you can learn without distraction and noise. And that's where setting up your workspace comes in. All right. So um, it can be anywhere in your home. It can be anywhere in your apartment, as long as it's free from distractions and free from interference from any member of your family or your roommate or the person that you share your room with. It's going to be nice. It's going to be perfect for you to learn. So in order for you to set up your environment, there are no fast rules when it comes to setting up your environment. All you need is just your PC, your materials that you need, a pair of headphones if you have one, and a quiet place where you can work without being distracted or being disturbed by any other member of your family. All right. So what you really need to consider when setting up your workspace is isolation and separation. You need to be away from things that will distract you. It could be a television, or it could be that game that you play every day, or it could be a member of your family that you normally talk to. So setting up a specific time when you can walk and get things done is really awesome. And you really need to have a place where you can work from without being distracted. And one of the benefits of having a place where you can work without being distracted is that it increases your productivity, and it brings out the best in you, and you'll be able to learn better without any distractions as well. All right. Um, um, Once you have your workspace set up, there are a bunch of tools that you will need, a bunch of things that you need to get started. These are tools that will help you, and these are tools that will facilitate your learning process and make you achieve your goals faster on a daily basis. Okay. Um, the things that you need in order to make your workspace lively and make your workspace come alive. You might have a whiteboard where which you can use in order to maybe write up your to-do list, write up the things that you need to get done for the day. It could be the meeting that you have with a group of people, or the goals that you need to achieve for the day. Having a whiteboard and having a sense of things that you need to do for the day helps you to get things organized and enables you to get things done. And also, you also need to have snacks and drinks set by in order to keep you refreshed and keep you enables you to get things done. And lastly, you could also get a pair of headphones. It could be noise cancelling headphones or just normal headphones. Noise cancelling headphones in the sense that it will take in noises from your environment and produce a sound wave that will cancel those noise and giving you the theoretical sense of silence in order to enable you focus on whatever you are trying to do and get done for the day. Having a pair of noise cancelling headphones can be quite pricey and expensive, but you could get some for cheap online or at a shop. Um, if you really can't afford the noise cancelling headphones, a pair of those normal headphones could be nice. And on those headphones, you could use it to play music in order to get you focused, or white noise or ambient noise, depending on depending on your taste and what works well for you. Like me, for example, whenever I want to get things done, what I normally do is I play in white noise on my earphone in order to keep me focused on my work and separate me from the distractions in my environment. And this enables me to work in a noisy area and in a place where things seems to be very noisy. All right. So having a pair of earphones is also a complete must as well. right? One other thing we need to consider when setting up our workspace is our digital environment. Um, and digital environment includes things such as games, our phones, social medias, anything that may distract you from getting the work done. You need to figure out a way to control those such things and keep them away from your work area whenever you're trying to get things done. All right. One way that you could do this is setting up in your computer or in your PC. You could set up a secondary work account uh, where social media sites and that popular game that you normally play online with your friends will be banned for the moment so that you can stay focused and get things done. All right. And you could also um, keep your phone away from your work area. It's necessary to keep up your phone away from your work area because I've noticed that whenever I'm trying to get things done and my phone is beside me, um, I'll normally be distracted. I'll want to see what's going on online or trying to chat up someone on Facebook or on Twitter. So it normally takes me away and takes me away from trying to get things done. Uh, if you really must have your phone in your work area, one thing you can do is you could download apps that will restrict you from visiting social media sites or playing game on your phone for a while, so that you can focus and get things done for that day before going back to your necessary activities for the day. And one other thing that you need to consider when setting up your digital environment is your internet connection. We all know that internet connection is a complete must whenever you are trying to get things done. You need to be connected to the net in order to make research, in order to see what others are doing, and in order to Google something or get things done for the day. So having a stable internet connection is a complete must when setting up your workspace. All right, because having a weak internet connection can be quite frustrating, and it might make you not really to become not productive, and you end up wasting time. All right. So um, in conclusion, having a proper workspace setup is one of the fundamental requirements that you must fulfill when starting up your journey in tech. Um, Knowing this, you can actually set up a schedule for getting things done for the day, even if you don't have a separate space in your home to get things done. It could be in the morning when you've gotten up from bed and you know that everywhere is quiet. You could take advantage of that opportunity in order to get things done, or it could be in the late hours of the night when everyone is asleep and everywhere is quiet. So whatever works best for you in order to get things done, in order to learn a tutorial or something that will help you advance in tech is nice. All right. So in conclusion, I must say that setting up a workspace is an absolute must. All right. So thank you for listening, and you have a nice day.
Thank you, Frederick Emmanuel, for such a beautiful talk. Okay, I have a question. Where we are talking, I picked up. While we are talking, I picked up some certain things. Like when you say that you should have snacks and drink. So my question is, what if you don't have money for snacks and drinks? So the that we get that you, I'm sure that most of you will have question for him. So there is a section for that question and answer. That's what we conclude with. So just write down your questions when that time comes. You ask this, then I'll channel the questions to him. So while he was talking, I noticed Nora, Nora Afamefuna, a student of Nnamdi Azikiwe. Nayu, yeah, I got it. Nayu means Nnamdi Azikiwe University. Yeah, welcome, Nora. Nora Richard, good to have you. Obichi BK from Anambra State. Obichi BK, you're highly welcome. Francis Eze, hello. Francis Eze, a student of Department of Electronics and Computer Engineering, Nnamdi Azikiwe University. Francis Eze, good to have you here. And the last is Chijioke. Chijioke. I don't want to spoil your surname, so I would rather not pronounce it. From Federal University, Otueke, Bayelsa State. Chijioke, nice to have you. Okay, in our next order of events, we have my humble self, Ekwemi Nelson, talking about how the boot camp is structured. In case if you didn't join us in the beginning of the events, I will reintroduce myself. I'm Ekwemi Nelson, and I'll be the moderator for this virtual event and subsequent virtual events throughout this boot camp. So I'm a student of Nnamdi Azikiwe University, 400 level student of computer and electronics engineering, and yeah, I love tech, most especially blockchain related stuff. Yeah. So and currently I'm working with Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador towards managing the community and providing IT support. So basically that's roughly all about me. And also, I forgot, I love me. I love catching crews and meme. So without wasting time, let me bring up my slide for my talk, and then we go over to this. This is the most important talk because we are here for the boot camp, and it will be nice if you know how to navigate and find your space, get comfortable in the boot camp. All right. How the boot camp is structured, the points I'll be discussing about the aim of the boot camp calendar. I and Obina, the GitHub campus experts, will talk about this. And tracks, I will discuss about the tracks and certification. I'll end the certification. Okay. Oh, I love memes too. All right. We'll talk about that later. Okay, the aim of the boot camp. Yes, yes. Then, so as we have been announcing, this boot camp is specifically for beginners, to help you kickstart your tech career, connect with people with similar goals, and share resources that will help you in your choosing career path. Most of the times, people will be like tech bros, tech niggas, something like that, and they want to be like them, and be doing coding stuff, have this pair of my eyeglass, and have their face cap and hoodie preferably, and be doing tech stuff. But the thing is, people don't actually know the right way to get started. Most of the time, they are overwhelmed with a lot of information in tech, or maybe they are afraid they might not make it in the space. So this bootcamp is specifically to make everyone, especially beginners, to get comfortable in tech. So about the bootcamp calendar, so I will talk little about this and then invite Obina to do more justice. He will explain this um, calendar very well. So the events will span for 4 weeks, like the whole of this month. And you see, it starts today, which is it's a virtual event which we are currently having now on 5th, and it's going to end on 28th, being Monday of March. And we end with a demo day, a kind of mini hackathon, which prizes will be won. So also, we did mention during our advertisements that the bootcamp, will cover online and on site. So we'll be having 4 physical meetup. For those around Unizik, that are students of Unizik, you could join us with the information concerning the venue and other stuffs will be communicated in the general WhatsApp group. And in case you are from India, like Jerin, I hope I'm correct with the name, and other country, don't worry about this. We are going to live stream any physical events we are going to have. So there will be 4 physical events, 7th, and they will be on Mondays, 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th. 28th being the last day. And that last day we'll be giving certification, but I'll talk about that in a dedicated slide towards the end. And the virtual events, we like these ones that we have. So basically, we'll be inviting speakers both for the physical and the virtual events. These speakers are not any kind of speakers. These are seasoned speakers who are into tech already, and they started the same way that you are trying to start. Like everybody is trying to start. They say that the journey of 1,000 steps, 1,000 miles begins with one step. Okay, so these season speakers will do justice to some topics like how to handle burnout, how to manage your work life, how to with your learning schedules, how to how the basic things you need to know, and also the best strategy, the importance of teamwork, the importance of collaborating, the importance of outsourcing, the importance of branding yourself so you'll be seen in the tech ecosystem. So yeah, and these speakers, they will not just be in from Nigeria. We have people we invite all over the world to join. So information, detailed information about this will be communicated to you guys in the general group chat. All right. I will, yes, before I forget, I nearly forgot the game night. We all met and we Frederick. He's our favorite game master. Don't worry, you get to the game night is on 19th. Okay, on 25th. Don't worry, you get to see him and see what he have in stock for us. I'm not going to spell anything, but there will be prizes and they will have something like a bragging rights. I can remember the first game night in GitHub. I won and I gained the bragging rights for a week, and I know how to use that privilege. So if you win for the game night, feel free to contact me so that I will teach you how to use the bragging rights privilege. So jokes apart, the game night is geared towards entertaining. It's not just learning. At a point, we have to ease off stress and entertain ourselves. So details about that will also come in our general group chat. Okay, and maybe I have missed some few things, and that's why I have to call on Wori Kinsley to talk about anything else in this calendar that I have skipped. So Kinsley, I'm coming. Let me mute my mic. So before you unmute yourself, tell us more about this calendar, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Kinsley. Um, Basically, Nelson has said everything about the bootcamp calendar. All right, so I think some of the things he missed is that there's four track, or probably is getting to it. So there's four tracks in the bootcamp, and then even though it's it's kind of like attractive to pick more than one, it's advisable you pick one, to enjoy the bootcamp completely. So there will gonna be exercises for you to do each week, and you have to submit them in the physical meetups. So looking at the slide on the screen, let me make it even bigger. So the ones highlighted green, those green circles, like the 7th, the 14th, the 21st, the 28th, those are physical meetups. There's an opportunity for us to come, network, see each other, and then also relax and we gather energy to, consume content for the following week and to do exercises that follows. So each exercise given to you that week has a 1 week deadline. So if after the physical meetup on the 7th, in your respective group chats, depending on your track, you'll be given links to the learning materials and then as well the exercises that you have to do. So you have to get the exercises done before the next physical meetup. And then when we meet in the next physical meetup, we also group, connect with each other, have some fun, get some refreshments, try to get ourselves energetic to consume the next content for the next week. And then we go on and then until the last day. So on the 28th, we should be done with the entire boot camp and we're calling it to be a very, like, just like Nelson described it, a mini hackathon. So to be a chance for you to come and show off what you can do. Okay, this boot camp is targeted towards beginners. I think Nelson also said that earlier. So basically, it seems like I'm repeating everything Nelson has said. So it's targeted towards beginners. So if you feel like you're not a beginner, that you already know some, like you think you're probably at the intermediate level, uh, this is also a good place for you to be, a chance for you to also reach out and help others, because that's basically what being a community is all about. So it's not just about you trying to learn, it's also being able to help others as well to learn. And teaching has this way of helping you understand even better what what you're trying, what you're teaching. So when you teach, the more you teach, the more you understand exactly what you're teaching. So there's an opportunity for you to also assist people who are also trying to get started in the field, right? So on that 28, you get to show off what you can do based on what you've been taught during the boot camp, and then we'll pick some people to go with some prices, depending on how well your solutions shine. Okay, details about that will be communicated to you soon. But I think if you have to take away anything from this, is that those physical methods are very, very important. And it's also an opportunity for you to just come meet each other, feel, stay relaxed, and you gather your energy for the next week. And for those who are joining us from outside Anambra State, outside Nigeria, um, those physical events is also going to be live streamed, so you don't miss out on anything. Okay. Yeah, and then those purple markers on the calendar are for the virtual events. These are general virtual events. So those the basically the training has it's going to come in like three different kind of formats, like video format, article format, live session, depending on the tracks you are in and depending on what tutors decide to use. Okay, so but when they're, let's say they are trying to organize like a virtual class for you, it has to be in any other date that is not on this calendar because everything alive on this calendar are general meetups. So the purple ones are for virtual, general virtual meetups. The green is for the physical meet, and then the game night. Okay, let me don't talk about that much. Just an opportunity for us to come. Like there is very important stuff like this have been done in communities so that we encourage that collaborativeness where you get to move outside your shell and talk to someone, just and network. And because I think the best thing a community can give to you is people, really, is people, and that's the best thing I think you gain from this program. Not really the materials that we're giving or the resources, but or even certification, but the people you get to connect with. You understand? You could build lifelong connection in this boot camp. And I think that's the beauty of getting involved in communities like this. All right, so I think that's all. So, Equiminessing, I think I'll hand over back to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Warrior Kingsley, for doing more justice in this camp calendar. So you have covered everything, and even my next slide, because most of the talk you wanted to say, I want that's what I had for my next slide. Okay, so I will move over to my next slide, which is the tracks we'll be having. So there will be four tracks, and I know by now you must have chosen one or two, or maybe all of them. So there is Git and GitHub, front end dev, back end dev, and graphic design mastering. So these four tracks that we introduce will be taught in the bootcamp by different tutors at the beginning of every week. That's after the first physical meetup. We share. Meanwhile, we have four WhatsApp groups doing the frequently asked question. I will take care of the reason why we are using WhatsApp instead of other um, workspace like Slack. So we have four WhatsApp group, each one for each track, and there will be moderator for entertaining any question or difficulty you may have. And the link will be dropped every week for that week particular learning materials. So it depends on the style of the tutor. It could be a live section, it could be text based, it could be recorded, it could be recorded. So if anyone is just make sure you grab the best and you take out the best from it. And also, what I want to mention is there will be assessments. These assessments will be given out uh, the week, and you have to attempt this assessment and submit back to the tutors that will evaluate it and then give you a response, your email or your WhatsApp, whichever way, the best way to communicate back to you. You're gonna use that. So I'll be one of the moderator in any one of the track. Before this, I think Git and GitHub, they have created their own. The person in charge has created his own WhatsApp group, so he will be dropping the link in the general group chat and you join um, also for other tracks. So without wasting time, like this is my end. This is my end in the last discussion, the certification. So about the certification, obtaining certification is optional. Though it's optional, but I really encourage you to go for certification. Now you're in this boot camp. The only way you can say, like you can tell the world that you are present in this boot camp is having a certificate, like having a certification. It's very important you know what you're doing. Yeah, it's very important. But having something physical to show for it, whether digital or physical, it matters. And if you want to get that, the price will be 3,000 in naira and $7, and mode of payment will be sent in the general WhatsApp group. So this certification will be given at the demo day at the end of the mini hackathon I said earlier. And even if you are not joining us physically, we will find a way to send in your own certification. So don't worry about that. Okay, and it's very important I mentioned that if you don't submit or you're not following, like you are not paying attention in the assessment, you're not getting any certificates. Seriously, because how are you going to tell that you know what you're doing if you are not dedicated in what you are doing? You are giving assignments like these assignments, take it as if it is a job a client, a future client is giving to you. So you attempt it with the best of your abilities and send the feedback to your respective tutor. These tutors will, using their experience with, because these tutors are real life time, they have experience in the respective tracks. They are working in the field already, so they will tell you the best they know, guide you, and then you communicate um, very well. So that's basically everything I have for my own talk, which is how the bootcamp is structured. So whatever I said here, a detailed points will be sent in the general group chat on to be specific on how to use the bootcamp and get the best experience out of it. So we'll have to go back to my comments. I love comments. Okay, okay. Jacob Emmanuel, Mr. Nelson himself. Thank you, Jacob. Nice to have you here. Uh, with Dick. Okay. BUR. I'm not sure I know what that is, but it's good to know. I'll check it out. So Ebuko Koye, cool. Yeah, Ebuka, cool too. Francis, Jessica, nice to have you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are joining us, you are highly welcome. I'm super excited to meet you. And let's move over to the next thing we have. And that will be Woody Kinsley, our next speaker. Let me tell you about Kinsley. Kinsley has the best smile. Look at his picture. He has the best smile I've seen in the whole world. Like he's good. He's good at smiling. So Kinsley is the GitHub campus expert here in Nnamdi Azikiwe University. And not only that he's the GitHub campus expert, Kinsley is a renowned brand designer, also a front-end developer that majors specifically in React. So anything React, getting work done in React, just connect with him even after the bootcamp, and he will have time to attend to whatever problem you have. He's a great community guy. So Kinsley, he will be talking to us about getting resources you need for the bootcamp. It's good to tell you that this bootcamp is specifically for bring up your spirits in getting started in tech, and we are not going to cover everything. You understand? We are not covering everything, just beginners be friendly stuff. So the resources is going to mention in his talk will be helpful, like going advanced, how to get some privileges for free as a student, just with your student email. So it's important we pay very good attention and take whatever he's going to tell us seriously. So before I welcome Kinsley, I'm seeing Woody Miracle. Yeah, Woody Miracle. Welcome from AE Funai, Ebonyi. Woody Miracle is great to be here. Okay, great to be here. Good to have you, Woody Miracle. And we have um, Joanne Catherine. Hello, guys. My name is Joanne Catherine. Okay, biochemistry 400 level. Nice to be here. Good to have you. And we have Ona Sonto. Ona, by the way, Ona Sonto is the Google Developer Students Lead Ambassador. Ona Sonto is doing a very wonderful job in this community. Ona Sonto, so happy to have you. Oh, sorry, I nearly skipped Jerry Saji, your comment. A great smile it is, yeah. Don't worry, if he starts, he's going to give you that smile, real time smile. So take note of that. So without wasting time, Woody, I'm sure you are super pumped right now. So I'll give you mic to introduce yourself for people that are just joining and you get over in your talk.
All right. Hope you can hear me. Amici Nelson, thank you. Thank you very much for the introduction. I'll remember to wear the smile everywhere I go. I'll remember to carry the pride. All right. So, my name is Onwe Kingsley. I introduced myself earlier. Just in case you are joining us late, I'm a computer engineering student here in Nnamdi Azikiwe University, and I'm also a GitHub campus expert. So before I get into showing you how to access these resources that we're talking about here, there's a few things I would like to address. Okay, the first thing is that a lot of people I noticed that are from different disciplines. Okay, some are into medicine, some art, architecture. So no matter the course exactly that you're studying, the fact that you're here, it means that you have interest in tech. And I want to assure you that it's possible to still create a career in tech, regardless of your discipline that you're in. I know no wonder tech is making headways, like basically in every discipline, in terms of medicine, in terms of entertainment. See those crazy CGIs, all those things are powered by tech. Okay, and you can actually go a career in tech and use what you've learned to solve problems, in your discipline. Okay, so the fact that you didn't study computer science or you're not currently studying computer science shouldn't be a reason not to participate in tech. All right. So the second thing I want to address is that you know learning tech is expensive. Okay, this I've heard this a lot. Okay, when people come to me and try to so I think they try to give me reasons why probably they're not doing more or they're not actually active in pushing that tech career. They tell me learning tech is expensive. I guess it is expensive. I mean, you have to get a system, right? A laptop. And even though laptops are kind of expensive, there are cheaper alternatives that would also do the job. And if you're going for stuff like front end, back end, there's mobile apps that helps you code. I know a guy, Yusuf Bello, right? I think he's even tuned into this live stream. He codes with his phone. I was really amazed when I found out. So I've forgotten what the name of the app is. So Isabel, if you are here, if you are watching this, please drop the name of that app here so we can share to others who might be interested. So not having a laptop is not an excuse. Okay, so with your phone you can actually start doing things. Graphic design software like Canva can also be used on your mobile phone. Okay, and so that's just move your mind from that idea that tech is expensive. When you do that, learning tech is expensive. When you do that, it's kind of easier to actually make steps and start learning and doing stuff and start growing as a person in tech. And also, another reason why people say tech is expensive because most technologies, web technologies you use, okay, for example, you're a front end or a back end dev, you have to host a site, you have to get domain, get hosting, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you want to go for graphic design. Basically all graphic design software are not free. Canva, Figma, Adobe product, CorelDRAW, every single one of them has a paid price. To use it, you have to pay. So it's kind of really hard to pay those huge amounts to just to learn. Okay, so that is one of the reasons why people say tech is expensive. And now that we have realized that okay, we can still use our mobile phones or get a cheaper alternative of laptops to actually get things done. And we've also learned that all these tech, what is it called, web technologies or web solutions that you might use to produce solution for yourself or use to learn and whatever track that you have picked, you can now you've learned you can access those as well for free. I don't think there's an excuse at this point to not get involved in tech. So basically, that's what I'm going to be showing you guys how to activate this pack. A pack worth over $1,000. Worth over $1,000. So, I went through the pack and it's almost endless. Okay, basically, whatever you need, whatever you need to actually learn or like go from this your beginner level to like the next level to pro even, you have it available for you there for free. All you just have to do is to make good use of it. Now, talking about this pack brings us to GitHub, right? And to understand GitHub, you have to know what Git is. Although this is not the scope of my talk, but I will just say a little about it, right? So Git is basically the most popular version control system. Right? What it does is it helps you take snapshots in your code base, right? And save it. Like you do some work, you take a snapshot, do some more work, take a snapshot. And that way, all those snapshots stored in your history, you can just move from one snapshot to another, your project history. Makes it very easy to debug, makes it easy to manage complex code, and makes it easy to collaborate. A good way to Another good way that I could explain this is uh, okay, I think those who play games, like if you're a gamer here, I think you would enjoy this explanation. So basically, yeah, if you use or you play Grand Theft Auto or some other adventure games, when you play for a while, right, and you somehow win a major mission or something, it saves your progress in like checkpoints, right? What those checkpoints like is basically like looks kind of similar to having snapshots in your code project, and I'll explain. So say you played to a certain point, the progress is stored in a checkpoint. You played more, and the progress is stored in like another checkpoint. And then when, for example, say you got killed in the game or something, you can easily like you don't have to start the entire game from start, right? You just continue from the last checkpoint, and that is really that's kind of similar to what Git can help you do. And this is just scratch on the surface. Okay, I'm not going to go into deep, into what Git and GitHub can offer, but at least we have an idea. And that is not all they are doing. And if you pay attention to Amici Nelson earlier, you heard that this whole bootcamp is being sponsored by GitHub and some other tech communities. So one of the ways they're sponsoring this bootcamp is giving us those resources. So basically, all those resources we talked about has been given to us by GitHub, and they're allowing us to use all these technologies to produce solutions and to learn for free without having to spend a dime or having to worry about how to acquire this stuff, but instead focusing all your energy on is learning how to use this stuff or these web technologies. So you're worried about how to learn. So every single thing about this whole bootcamp is just about you learning, feeling relaxed. You don't have to worry about paying for this next stuff, paying for the other thing to use it to learn. Everything you need will be given to you for free, provided you're a student. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the Student Developers Pack by GitHub. And to access it, you just use the shortened link on the screen here, frde.me/devpack. So this is a shortened link. You know what? I think the best way to show you how to get this pack activated for you is to kind of do like a screen record. I think I would be more flexible to explain how the whole thing goes. So I'm going to share my screen. All right. Just give me a minute. All right. We're on. Okay, so I'm just gonna access that shortened link frda.me/devpack. The network is a bit slow. Let's just give it a minute. Um, okay, all right. So this is where it is. In the group chat description. Okay, so that's the link for it. So now let's just go into this tab. Let's open this in a different tab. So this is all those web technologies I talked about. The list is almost endless, including Canva, pro benefit for Canva for 12 months, Namecheap, get one free domain, Azure $100 in your credit, Azure credit, Digital Ocean, $100 on your um, credit as well. Educative, you have free 6 months to use. I think this educative costs about $40 per month or so, and you're having it for free for 6 months with 60 over 60 plus courses. Okay, so if you're those people who believe that you're probably in an intermediate level, you can use all these resources, or even if you are a beginner, there are tons of courses here to use. I think my personal favorite is this for a masters, and they give you free six month access. And I think I'm yet to like explore this whole thing. And I activated my pack about 8 months ago. So basically everything you need there present for the dev pack. So please ignore the back here. That's Abby. She likes to show herself. She just want to come online. Okay, so then this is how you can do this. All right, so if you look at the screen, I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if I can zoom in. Okay, you see that I'm already approved. So this is my GitHub account, Unwe Kingsley with a double E. So I'm already approved. So I cannot do the step again, but I'll just show you how to do it. So it's very simple. But the only requirement you need is to create a GitHub account. Very easy. Just go to github.com and you can sign up. It's very simple. And then it's preferably you use your student email to create that GitHub account. But if you have your own personal email or a work email that you want to use, that's fine. But it's also cool you link it to your student email. So because the only requirement here is that you have to be a student and you have a GitHub account. So now click on this. I'm going to apply with this email. It has identified it as Nnamdi Azikiwe University. So this is my school email. So it's telling me that we require students using this email extension, school issued email, to send additional proof of academic status. So if you are here in Unizik, you have to provide some sort of ID, okay, probably a library card or your departmental card or faculty card or your main school ID card. So you have to provide it. Then that is definitely after this page. So what you have to do here is, okay, my school is already imputed because of the email, and then I can just come here and just put in probably to um, learn and collaborate. All right, and then just continue. All right, I can't go through this process because I'm already approved. So once you go through that, then to give you that prompt to submit like a picture of your ID card. Then once you do that, you're on your way to accessing the entire the almost endless list of pack of almost endless list of resources on that pack. All right, so okay, so like I said, I will make sure this link is provided on the workspace that we're currently using on WhatsApp. All right, so yeah, it takes at least, I think, around 24 hours to get approved after you've applied for the dev pack. So it's very important you apply for it now so that you can use those stuff and follow through in whatever you're being taught in your respective track. Ivy, Ivy wants to talk to you guys. Anyway, thank you for staying tuned. And yeah, continue with me on GitHub or on Twitter. So this is my username, Umore Kingsley. Kingsley with the double E. Okay. I'll be available anytime to have to start to answer a question. Or if you just want, I'm just looking up to start a conversation, that's also fine. So thank you for having me.
Okay. Thank you, Kinsley, for first for your wonderful smile and for the resources that you shared. Um, in case you didn't see, I saw front end master. I saw Plural Sites. Plural Sites is my favorite learning platform. Like, is a lot. Getting a month subscription for Plural Sites is something you definitely don't want to miss. And also educative.io. So these kind of resources are the resources you need to grow in your tech career. So yeah, we, like you said, you are going to provide the link in the group general group chat at the end of this this virtual meeting. So let's, without wasting time, we are almost closing. Name answer some frequently asked question that you might have, and then move over to end it with a question and answer section. Please load up your questions so we don't have to waste time getting the response, the questions. Load it up, and after this I will direct the various questions for each speaker to them, and we end. So while Obina was talking, Kinsley, Toyosi, hello, mine. Okay, I'm Toyosi from Ogun State. Toyosi, nice to meet you. Okay, and Emeka Akando from Funai, Abakaliki University, and here in Nigeria, food everywhere. I don't understand what you mean by food everywhere. Okay, keep sewing to Emeka. Nice to have you. So the first I have here is why we are using WhatsApp Workspace. Well, if you're already in tech, you know that WhatsApp is trash in terms of organizing groups. Slack, Discord, Telegram, just I think other social media, these three, they have a better system in managing groups. The way they structure, separate tabs, and everywhere have different. So mostly is either Slack or Discord you use for tech. But why we use WhatsApp is because yeah, it makes sense because the bootcamp is for beginners, and WhatsApp is like the friendliest with cool interface, very friendly interface. Beginners social media platform is easy to load in, see what you have to see, and then do what you have to do and move out. So if we use Slack, we end up getting educated people on how to use it, and we don't have such time. Not only that, Slack might take time to load for some people. All right, Jerin, I see your question. We attend. Thank you. We entertain that. We give answer to that during the section. Okay, so I don't have, there is no need to emphasize the simplicity of using WhatsApp Workspace, but we are going to manage it very well that you will not even know that we didn't use the preferred tech workspace. So the second question, and please go over to our code of conduct, go over to it, and please stick to it. No abusive word. Everyone is welcome. No, nothing. Please just be cool to everyone and expose yourself towards connecting people. Feel free and share helpful resources towards the goal of the group. Don't come and start posting airdrop from your crypto sites, please. All right. The second is, which people is this bootcamp? Yeah, we have been saying it is targeted for beginners. Yeah, it's targeted for beginners. But that doesn't mean that intermediate, advanced, okay, for advanced, no, no advanced stuff. So that doesn't mean that beginner intermediates are not welcome. Intermediates, like I said earlier, it's good to revisit because one or two things you will learn something from one of the speakers, tutors teaching you, and also you could help guide beginners. You could teach, you could inform them. You can learn new things, connect with them, build with them. I can't emphasize the importance of trying to revisit or trying to help people. Because one of the benefits I see in tech, like the beauty of tech for me, is helping people in tech, like that free spirit where you provide solution for people in difficulty. I don't think providing support is a very essential thing we do in tech. Okay, so I think the third question is, what should I do if I'm way past the beginners level? Like I've almost answered it, yeah, just now. So the fourth one is, after the bootcamp, what next? So that's why we made mention of the resources, like the GitHub Student Developer Pack. So it's inexhaustible. Like thanks to the GitHub Developer Pack, the event StreamYard we are using to cover this event is the privilege we got from there. You understand? Imagine if you are using Google Meets and past 1 hour and you are not subscribed to the pro level, you'll be cut off. So there's a good benefit to the privilege. There is a lot. I was even researching about one messaging app for bulk SMS. Is it I've forgotten the name, but it's a lot. It's a lot. What's over $1,000? So
So I think the what you're trying to remember is Trello, right? Is it Trello?
yeah,
The
it's
app
Twilio. Yeah,
for
Twilio. Yes, yeah, Tilo. Yeah, you guys stressed me to look for alternative because we sent out mail to everyone. It could be in your star spam or it could be in your primary message, but most people don't view mail. Like I think we need to provide a section, and we have a YouTube live section, and we tell you the importance of checking your mail every day, every second. Emails are very important. Your people you work to, they contact you through mail, most especially. So things like this are what we'll be talking about in virtual and physical meetup. So I was kind of looking for alternative to send, since you provided your phone number, I was looking for alternative to broadcast the information, to broadcast information to everybody through SMS, but I couldn't set it up on time, so we had to add everyone manually. What a stress. So, but that Twilio app is very beautiful. I'm still going to figure it out. So, without wasting time, let's move over to question and answer section. And this is going to be end. Once we are done, we close the virtual event. Once more, I thank everyone for joining us. And why I was talking about the frequently asked question, Jerin Saji from India. Okay, sorry for the delay. Jerin, yeah. Jerin asked, okay, first of all, Joyce came in. Joyce, nice to have you, although we are almost ending, but it's a live you can, tune in and watch anytime you want. So Jerin, over to you. Can you please specify how the assessments are made? Okay, for that, I will direct that question to Obinna. Yeah, he will do justice to that. So Obinna, come up and answer that question.
Okay, hello. Uh, okay, I don't know. I introduced myself as Umori Kinsley. My name is also Obina, so just in case you were feeling confused. Okay, can you specify how the assessments are made? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but let me see if this answers your question. So, like I said, after a virtual meetup, that basically every Monday, the link will be sent to you, and in that link, it like basically give you like an introduction to, or what is it called now? Yeah, basically an introduction to what you're going to learn that week, right? And the materials that you need to study for that. Okay, and underneath there will be an exercise, and how you submit the exercise will also be described to you there. But we're going to be accepting exercises or assessment rather, this majorly via email. So probably the email of your tutor for that particular week will be disclosed to you, and then you have to do assessment. If it is designed, then you'll be exporting stuff and then sending via mail, attaching your file and send it via mail, and then they'll be giving feedback via mail as well. And then if it is probably your info end, then you know you probably have to like either host a site on GitHub pages and send over the link, or you just upload your code to GitHub rather, and then send a link to that repository. So there will be ways to access or to access the exercises. Um, but the details will be revealed to you soon because this might change depending on the tutor who is handling that particular week. So I think how he prefers to get his own assessment sent to him, and it's up to him. It might be screenshots. Maybe you're a front end dev and they give you a front end exercise. Maybe the tutor could just be interested to just seeing a screenshot of what you have done. Okay, so yeah. So the tutor determines how you're going to submit. So what assessment you're going to do and how you're going to submit it. But just be rest assured that most of the assessment will be submitted via mail. Yeah. So it's going to submit via mail and there'll be a record. So we keep a record of those who did the exercise. And so if you didn't complete the exercise, like Nelson said, you won't be eligible for the certification. I hope that answers your question. Does that answer your question?
Okay, thank you, Kinsley, for answering his question. So, Jerry, in the group chat, please, we make the second question I couldn't catch there, assessment details. So the details of everything will be sent in the group chat. It will be sent, and it will be more detailed this time around. This structure is just to give you a feel of how everything is going to. It's not specifically to give you the detail of what is going on. So just tune in the specific group chats, and when you have any question, then you reach out to any moderator, and they will help you out in any way we could. So this one we have Ebuko Boye. Hello, question. Okay, I registered for two tracks. Do I have to join only one track? Okay, I think I commented on this question. Like I said, for the best experience, it's good you don't overwhelm yourself. Like your journey in tech could be overwhelming when you want to learn. Let me say you are starting out in front end, and after HTML and CSS, you want to use Angular, you want to use Vue, you want to use React, you want to you just end up scattering your brain. You just end up confusing yourself, because if you're in this, right, this framework, you focus on this. If you're in this, so it's good you niche, you narrow things down. So it's not wrong if you register for two tracks if you can, because some people are superheroes. I am not. I can't. So if you can take two tracks at once, it could be front end, GitHub, or whichever one. Just join the group chat, and just make sure you follow up very well. But if you can't follow up in the two, um, you can drop one and just choose one. So I hope you got that answer. So rounding up, you can join two this thing. Just like the best practice is good. You just stick to one. Okay, and I have Joyce. So Ebuka, I hope I did justice to your question. Um, I don't know. My internet is bad. Okay, we have Joyce. Joyce Uchenna. Uchenna is asking if the slide. Sure, yeah, the slide will be sent. It will be made public in the general WhatsApp group. Okay, and um, we have Onochie. Onochie is asking, is it only GitHub that is required to in this bootcamp? I'm not sure I understand this. Is it only GitHub that is required to bootcamp? Obina, did you understand this question? If you do, please help us out with it.
Okay. My guess is that I probably got confused when I said that the only thing required is a GitHub account and that you have to be a student. I was referring to those resources, getting those resources activated. That's all you need. But for this bootcamp, there's no prior knowledge required. Okay, so Basically, we have no requirements. Okay, and bootcamp is completely free. But Amici Nelson did mention that certification to get a certification for after the bootcamp, you have to pay 3,000 naira, which is like equivalent to give or take $7. Yeah, that's completely optional. If you don't want that, yeah, like it's completely optional. You still follow through with the boot camp, and at the end of the boot camp, if you participate in that mini hackathon, just like he said, you're going on with the prize. Okay, so basically, there's no requirements whatsoever. So first, you have the willingness to learn. Just all you need is a dose of enthusiasm and the willingness to learn. I think that's it. Nelson, I think your mic is muted. We can't hear you.
All right. Please, I don't have. Emeka is asking, please, I don't have school ID card. What is my fate? Okay, Emeka, I think you made mention that you are a student of Nnamdi University. So, maybe you have not been issued out ID card. If you have a library ID card, you can use that. If you have your departmental ID card, you can use that. If you have your faculty ID card, you can use that. Just anything that contains Nnamdi Anyway with your face and to show that you're a student. I think they will accept that. Okay. The last one is not really a question, but from Dev Jennings emails. Yeah, that's the problem we face. People don't check their mails. All right. Okay. The next one is, where would the venue be for the physical event? Yeah, each day, like a day before the physical event, we announce that in our group chats, in the general group chat and the track respective track group chats. So, but we make sure that the information gets to you. Jerin Saji. Jerin, for these virtual events, you're my favorite person. Jerin has been with us from the beginning to end. So, Jerin, thank you for getting it, and I hope you participate actively. I know you are going to do so. Thank you very much, Saji. And Edwin, hi to you, Edwin. Nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us. If you are just joining, the the video is live on YouTube, so you can easily tune in and watch it later. So Ebuka Okoye, okay, thank you, Ebuka. This question is funny. Joanne, Catherine, would the game master be present for the game day? Will there be prizes? Sure, there will be prizes. We already have GitHub stickers ready in stock for this thing, but there will be for sure there will be prizes. And yeah, sure, the game master has to be present. He has to be present. Yeah. Okay. And the next, I'm Onochi. I mean, is it only GitHub that is required as a learning tool for all tracks mentioned? Okay, Obina, I will hand over this question to you. I think he corrected his sentence. So if you have answer to it, please help us out.
Is it only GitHub that is required as a learning tool for what you have to mention? Okay, I'm not sure if I still understand the question. Um, there's four tracks. Git and GitHub is like an independent track. You understand? And about include like in four tracks, there is graphic design. So if you're doing graphic design, I don't think you would need GitHub that much. But if you enroll for the back end and front end track, then GitHub will be introduced to you because you got to understand at least how to work with Git. But if you go for the Git and GitHub track, that means what you're saying is, I just want to spend my whole time throughout the bootcamp working on version control, working with Git, cloning and doing all that stuff. So basically, what I'm saying is, if I'm doing design, you don't need GitHub. Yeah, not necessarily. But if you, it's possible you've applied or for registered for the two tracks, probably GitHub and then something else. That's also fine. But if you are for front end, back end, you need some level of GitHub and to be introduced to using the program. Or if you just register for just Git and GitHub, then that's all you do throughout. But for design, I don't think you need GitHub that much. I hope that answers the question. Or probably we should just send you a link to join us in backstage and talk, explain your question in person. Uh, I just hope this answers the question. Yeah. Nelson, your mic is muted.
Yeah, sorry. So, thank you guys for joining us once more. I'm Nelson, and we are not just going to be seeing my face just for today. I'll be moderating the whole virtual events throughout the bootcamp. So, connect with me in WhatsApp. I'll drop my email and other social media in the in our general group chat in case if you have personal discussion, private discussion you want to have with me. And nice to connect with you guys. And thank you for joining us. Bye. Yeah.
It's Frederick. Stay here.